outbreaks. Sifon Essien, TVC News, Abuja.
In other news, the Oxford English Dictionary has added a collection of Nigerian words to its latest update. The new 20 entries include terms like Jakpa, 419, Agbero, Abi, Area Boy, Yahoo Boy, among others. These additions showcase Nigeria's cultural diversity, daily life and street culture, while highlighting the rising influence of Pidgin English across Africa and beyond. The Global Dictionary described Nigerian Pidgin as a rich source of new words. It highlighted Nigeria's unique contribution to global English, with most additions being borrowings or coinages from the 1970s and 1980s. A Nigerian English consultant to the Oxford English Dictionary, Kingsley Wine, played a key role in this update. Well, Kingsley Wine joins me now on the news at 7. He's a senior lecturer at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. He's also a consultant to the Oxford English Dictionary of Nigerian English. Good to have you join us, Dr. Wine. Tell us about the journey to getting Japa and other slangs featured in the Oxford English Dictionary. What's the procedure and what is the significance?
Thank you so much, Boside. Yeah, the pleasure is mine to be here to talk about this important project. It's a project we've been working on since 2018, and which gave birth to the inclusion of the first set in 2020, and now here we are again talking about this. And you did talk about how these words get into the dictionary. Now, the Oxford English Dictionary editors have a set of tools or resources which they use to track the emergence of new words from across the world. Of course, we know the importance of English in today's world, and what happens is that if one of them is Oxford English Corpus, which is a collection of texts of language usage across the world. So once these tools highlight the emergence that certain words are beginning to emerge, which was not originally there in the language, then what they would do is to track where this word is coming from. Is it coming from Nigeria or from the Philippines or from the Caribbean? And then once they find out where this word is coming from, they make a list of them and begin to look at how do people use this across maybe social media, maybe in text, in newspapers, and all that. And then they come to consultants like us to help them to, when they have drafted, sometimes they draft meanings, they ask us to confirm that this is the sense in which these words are used. So one of the things that they also look at is the frequency of the usage. How frequent is this word used? How widespread is this used in the country where it is spoken, and also its social significance.
All right. So I had also asked about the significance of this development. So if you could just wrap that up with, my next question about what new words should we look out for in the nearest future?
All right. Yes, of course, this is significant. Hugely significant in terms of placing Nigeria on the global map of English language speakers. Of course, we know that Nigerians travel a lot, and one of the things I usually say that when we travel out of Nigeria, we do travel. When we japa out of Nigeria, we do japa with our words. We do travel with our language, and it's our identity. It's something that the likes of Chinua Achebe and Wole Soyinka, who've been writing in English, have been propagating all over the years. So it's something to mark our identity, promote our culture, promote our way of being across the world. It is something that is hugely culturally significant for us as Nigerians. And in terms of the words to expect, right?
Yes, please.
We're working in. I don't have the final say on the words that will be there or the words that will not be there. The OED internal editors have the final say. but it's in terms of significance. Like we were talking about, Jakba, for example, is a word that when we were drafting it, it was a little controversial because we couldn't find older evidence. OED would want to have a word that has been there for many years, have been used for many years. Right, but I did insist that even though this word is relatively new, but in terms of its social significance, it is a word that is practically in the mouth of every Nigerian. It was when we were adding the word jand, right? Jand, which predates Jakba, right? And they were ready to add jand because it's older, right?
All right.
But so also the cultural significance, this word, even though it is new, but it is hugely, hugely socially significant, and that is why it's added. So I wouldn't talk about the words that we added, but there are many. Or people make recommendations, and those who follow me on social media usually say I've posted links on what people can recommend. You can recommend these words. You can suggest this word to the OED, but it's up to the editors to decide words that will be added.
So expect many recommendations from Nigerians, and perhaps I should just recommend IJGB. I just got back. Senior lecturer, University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and consultant to the Oxford English Dictionary on Nigerian English, Kingsley Gwayin. Thank you so much for your time on TVC News at 7.
Yeah, thank you so much.